Okay, welcome back to I Am Ready for Love with Kanissa and Jerome and Kanissa. And today we have Miss Monique King Grappine to speak to us about finances and gender roles.
Say
Are
again?
there any particular steps that we need to take to get out of debt?
So yes, it depends. One of the things that we did, like in my marriage, is we joined this partnership plan that the credit union had back then, where each month you contribute a certain sum, and then we did it for like a 12-month period. And at the end of the 12 months, the credit union gave us sort of like a bonus. So that's one thing that like works for us. Other than that, there are a lot of financial instruments that you can maybe talk to a personal advisor at the bank, and they can look at your circumstances and recommend something for you. Again, it really depends on the country that you're into, the resources that are available to you, your employment situation, because whether you're working and for how long, and if it's like here in North America where your credit rating is very important, it depends on that as well. So your financial solution will depend on all of those things. But I would say one of the first steps is just going into your bank and talking to the personal bankers, like the financial advisors. I think it's something that we don't do much, but they're there, usually free, and they usually have some good recommendations in terms of like debt consolidation or plans to pay off debt and to start investing and generating income from your investments. And a big part of it is discipline too, because once you go into that bank and you talk to the financial advisor and they recommend something, if you leave that bank and the first thing that comes to your mind is the expensive Gucci bag or something that you're going to buy, and you continue as you were living before, then you might not achieve those goals as fancy as they sound when the financial advisor presents them to you. So it will take discipline, and it will take sacrifice, a lot of it.
But once
Yes,
me
it can.
clear now, I system me have a little bonus from the bank and so me can get treat myself.
Well, so I do that too. I do that. I treat myself whenever I hit certain targets. I treat myself, but you will know your financial circumstances again. You can treat yourself to the whole of the money in your bank account for dinner, because that's going to put you back in the same position that you were the day before and send you back to the financial advisor. And I feel like after you do it the first time and the second time, it start become habit now. So hopefully the first time when you went to the financial advisor and they crafted a solution for you, would have sort of instill some discipline. Like that feel good that you get at the end of the day when you get your money back from the bank and you clear off your debt and you throw up the loan paper down and say, thank goodness, we're not going to pay a loan no more. Hopefully that would have give you like more of a lasting effect then. So whenever you're making financial choices, yes, you should live and you should have fun and not just save all your money to bury yourself and pass on to your kids. But you still want to be a bit cautious with your spending. Reward yourself each time, but at the same time be mindful about your future. Like just kind of think that you're going to live forever. So you want to keep something for tomorrow, but you still want to enjoy today. So you pinch a piece of it to enjoy today and still invest something for tomorrow.
But the people them say them only live once, so them have to just live. They don't know if them are dead tomorrow, so them have to spend.
Well, but what if you do live to see tomorrow? That is the problem, you know. What if you, which is why for me, me live today kind of like today the last day. If I go out and mess it up and I like it, I gotta get it, you know, but get it within boundaries. Not get it and then say, oh, hopefully me dead tonight, so I'm not have to figure out tomorrow. No, I get it. But I also think that okay, I have a child to feed. I have to live tomorrow if I live to see tomorrow. So you start to try and balance the decision then. Yes, you want to live today, but live within your means and think back something just in case you live to see tomorrow. You want to be able to eat tomorrow again. So kind of be responsible when you're making those decisions.
You can't hungry forever because
Well,
you want to look nice today.
put it this way, you can spend off all your money today because YOLO, you might dead tomorrow for sure because you don't have no time.
And I'm not to eat tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I like, because especially for people who live like foreign, like, nobody now give you nothing.
No, but I always say, Jamaica, you cannot dead if you're hungry. If you're hungry, you walk up the road, I beg my grandmother, want apple, me might see somebody a pass on the road, and he say, Miss King, she want a banana, like, here, you pay for the breath with the oxygen where you take in, you need to pay for it. So that again influences how you spend your money. If you, say for example, somebody will live with their parents, I live with my parents, I don't have to pay rent, mortgage, parking, all that jazz. I can spend a bit more flexible and I know say tomorrow my mother will make breakfast and I can eat and my mother never just kick me out so I don't need to worry about rent. But if you live in a situation where you're like the head of the household, you have responsibilities, you also think a little bit different when you have responsibilities versus when somebody is responsible for you. So I think that helps financial management as well.
So for persons that are in a relationship or out of a relationship, whichever, and they want to take out a loan, what is the best route or the best course of action for taking out a loan, especially if you're in a relationship and bailiff will come take you something and kind of pay back the people that make money?
So again, all of this comes back to the individual relationship. If you're in a strong, established relationship, communication is going to be there. If you want to take out a loan, you might talk to your partner and say, how are we financially? Is it that you really need to take that loan? Because what if your partner has some money put on somewhere where he can just give you that for the purpose that you want the loan for? So you talk about these things and then you also talk about the fact, well, most times we don't talk about what if, like we default on the loan, right? Because we are hoping that that doesn't happen. But you at least need to make your partner aware that there's this debt out there so that if somebody come knock on the door, him aware say there's the loan we never pay. So communication again is the first step in that, unless it's a case where we had the agreement up front that we're keeping finances separate, which I don't know if, like, personally, I don't know if that's a good idea to say, yes, we're in a relationship, a strong relationship, we're married, we're in a mature relationship, yet we're keeping finances separate. That can cause issues down the line. But if it works for somebody else, then I would say by all means, go ahead, but just talk about it so you and your partner, you're on the same page.
You have some couples that putting finances together is just not a thing. Like, if me want something, me go come ask you to borrow some money, and borrow meaning give me some money. But otherwise, like, we not talk about my money and your money and our money.
But again, if that works for you, because as I mentioned with my friend earlier, if that works for you, then do it, because not everybody is cut out for the whole joint financial situation. And to be honest, finances can be an uncomfortable topic to talk about in any relationship, especially if you and your partner are not on the same level financially or otherwise. You don't want to feel like, oh, because he might make more money than me, he can treat me a certain way, or because she make more money, she can treat me a certain way, or I have to do more at home because she make more, or me have to do more at home because she make more. So you just need to craft something that works for you. If joint accountants talking about finances, well, I personally think you must always talk about finances. Even if you're talking about the fact that we're not going to share finances, we just need to get that out there so I know if I rack up loans, that's my responsibility. Even though say if him win the lotto and him have in millions of money, would it agree that we not share finances? So it's your money, and you also need to respect, like, so if you make the decision up front, so we're not talking about finances, and your partner hit a fortune and they have a lot of money now, you're not entitled to it. You did say you don't want to share money. Leave the man and his money alone. But at least we have something that works for us and we spoke about it. Say, hey, your money is your money, your debt is your debt. My money is my money, my debt is my debt. But whatever works for this particular couple, and that the couple is supposed to do. We didn't always have joint accounts. But after a while, we realized it makes sense. We don't have to always ask, how you see it? You don't have to always say, how you see it? Like, we know what we have. So,
It work out better because, like, if something happened to you and me not have enough money and you have the money either way, like, how me I gonna get to take care of you?
that is true. And I guess another thing too is sometimes they would want to buy something and you have to, all right, me really don't have no money, me broke. And you kind of feel free to go to your partner and say, hey, you kind of don't, want a thing. And sometimes it depends on what you're going to buy too. Like, for example, I love perfume, jewelry, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel that way, well, not now. Now, I think we're kind of at the place where, it's what it is. But before, but I feel that way if I go to my partner and want something non-essential and big money to buy something non-essential. Versus if it's something for the house, then you could have say, hey, we're running out of XYZ. But it sounds worse when you go to your partner and say, hey, how you stay with money? May I try buy this fancy jewelry? But me backing up, but just want to know how you stay. That doesn't sound good versus we need food for the house. And if we have a joint account, I can see like where are we, and I also know about our debt. So I will spend off the money in the joint account on jewelry and perfume, knowing that we have debt out there. So it just works better for us. So we do that.
So what if somebody is in a relationship? Everybody wants a sugar something, no? So they're in a relationship. No.
Continue with your question.
They are in a relationship now, and the person I give them what they want, but it come with like conditions. It come with butter bruising. It come with like where you there, where you do, where you there with. It come with all of that. What is your recommendation or advice to them?
Right. So first of all, for me, once physical abuse come into play any at all, there is no relationship. That's a deal breaker for me. And I just never get it. Yes, it's difficult for persons to come out of abusive relationship, especially if you feel like that person is taking care of you. But I just think that once it gets to that stage, you should leave. You shouldn't put yourself in that position that you have to depend on someone to the extent that, like, they have you as a slave then. If they're abusing you and you're staying just because of what they're giving you, is a fundamental issue that needs to be fixed. And that fundamental issue is that you need to elevate your own self. If it is that you're not working, so try find a job. It might sound easy for me to say because, like, I know people who are in, that sort of situation where they're controlled and they're scared to make moves because they don't want to try and leave and find out and maybe, kill the person, or it gets more abusive. But I think there are things that you can quietly try to do. If it is that the person goes to work, you can try to talk to someone when you have alone time, someone that can help you, someone that can help you find a job, someone that can get counseling for you. Because a lot of times I feel like those persons need therapy, they need counseling, someone to help them to realize their worth after they have been through that sort of situation. Because remember, when you're being abused for a while, it sort of becomes the norm for you. You start to feel like, okay, I have to depend on a person, I have to take the butt abuse. And then we have this, I can't call it stupid mentality that a lot of us had back in the day. If you not beat me, you not love me. Or that's some people think them find it sexy when they get the leak and the smirk. For me, if you feel that way, you need to get help. And that would be my advice for those persons.
But then I have the parents will beat you and say, because I love you, why I do it, So them grow up with that mentality then.
That was then. I don't think that applies now. Like, now I'm scared to raise my voice when I'm talking to my son because, like, back in the day, if you if your child raise a voice, you could punch them or kick them down, back them down, and them have to just take it because they're your child. But no, you raise your voice after them call children services, and that's a different story. So things sometimes have changed. I don't think parents are like our parents might have been like that, but I don't think nowadays parents are doing that sort of stuff. And sadly, you know how you mentioned someone being with somebody else and they're being abused, but they're staying because the person is taking care of them. That abusive parenting could have caused that to that person. So the person used to get him that my mother beat me, but she loved me. So they start to feel like, oh, this is normal. This is how it should be. As long as it not kill me, but all right, because I can still get my nice hair and my nice clothes and whatever. So I think it's an issue that we have to fix fundamentally as a society. I mean, obviously, me alone can't change the world, but I usually start, like, I have a lot of young people that I talk to. So I try to encourage those young people, like the one-on-one that I can have with them. The first, before you rush into a relationship, try to be self-sufficient. Ensure that you can take care of yourself. Ensure that you are bringing something to the relationship. In case the person tends to become abusive or step out on you, you have something to fall back on. So look after yourself as well. If we're going to be battling for equality, we have to make sure say the equality not say, oh, the man to do more, but it not say the woman say bring in something to the woman say bring something to the table too, because if you're not bring nothing to the table, you'll get treated like that. So just look after ourselves as well. I guess overall what I could say is personally I don't think gender roles are as dominant as they were back in the days. And for me, every relationship is unique. So you need to sit down and look at your relationship and look at what works for you and do that, because not because this is something works for somebody else's relationship, you must think say it's a one size fits all and it will work for your relationship. That can actually ruin your relationship. But it's okay to talk to other people and find out what works for them. I have a friend that I do that with a lot, like in terms of parenting and relationship. We talk without always getting into all the details. We talk, but it's never a case where she's telling me to do it my way or I'm telling her to do it my way. We share, and if there's something that works for her and I realize it can work for me, I try, and it's vice versa. But at the end of the day, her relationship doesn't look like mine, and my relationship doesn't look like hers. So it's okay to learn from each other, but it's also important to remember that each relationship is unique. And the other thing is communicate. Talk to your partner. Tell him say you have the credit card bill them. Tell him say you have the student loans. Him to tell you what kind of debt him have. Tell you what kind of assets him have. And like, don't just talk at the beginning of the relationship and after we get into the marriage, we get quiet now, we get comfortable. I have come to learn that a relationship is, think about a plant. We just have to always take care of it. Every day, you just assess it and see what works. If you keep it alive, one day I could just go back and realize that they leave them with off and gone. They have to just be active in a relationship.
What are your fault? You should have talked to me.
What? See what I'm talking about? Me alone can in a relationship? I don't think so. So it has to be both parties, and that's why, like, this phase before, I don't want to say before you get married, because I think the relationship before marriage is just as important as the relationship after marriage. So just own your relationship. No say, yeah, your partner have a talk, and then you have to assess, okay, if my partner always expect me to do the talking and me to fix things, maybe this is not the person for me. Because then that person will become like your child then. Mm-hmm. You have to always take care of things, and nobody wants that. Like, a partnership is very important in the relationship. And when you come into the relationship, yes, you want to maintain your individual self, but it's still a partnership. So you have to bring the best parts of yourself to the relationship. Well, the bad part of them too, but I guess you would advance the good parts more, and your partner the same thing.
Yes, guys. So Monique is like one of them friends there, where like the motherly friend, where if you need to get beaten and then something there, and Monique you need to talk to. Like if you feel like say something not too right in your life and you want the encouragement to just drop it, Monique are your friend. Monique is the friend we're gonna tell us, listen to me, that is rubbish. And then, but she have a nice like a balance where she will listen and like, oh, Zine. Well, me understand or me understand this or you consider this or consider that. But yeah, she have a nice little balance. So I usually talk to her about things. Like we not talk like too often, but we come from like way back at high school. So yeah. Who shall look on there, so please?
I'm not looking. I'm listening.
Yes, so we're going to have Monique come back one day when she has some time to talk about the ins and outs of relationships. And and make sure get dirty on the channel because Monique can talk about the things but I don't know why she going like she shy. So
I'm just in and out, but alright.
I don't know why she's going on like she's shy, but she's going to come back and talk to us about sex in marriage and them things there. And she's going to talk to us like for the new people that are just going into marriage like myself, and for the people that are in there a long time and still don't know what they're gonna do. Like she gonna come and shed some light from her own experience and from the experiences of those around her. So please write in the comments so that Monique can come back. Tell her to come back.
My favorite topic.
It's our favorite topic, you know. But look how long it will take her to get it done.
I'm gonna do it soon.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments down below. And Monique, thank you so much for giving us some of your time and coming on, come talk to us about the things then. Bye.